everything you do. God is love. It shows the stars above. Love is light. It shows the sun will shine. Feel in our hearts, know in our mind. We are the stars, see how we shine. We are the light that shows the world. God is the answer. God is the answer. God is the answer. God is the answer.
Hey, welcome. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Yolo. My name is Reverend David Clark, and I'm the senior minister here. And I'm so thrilled today. We got a great service lined up, and I dare say this could be the best service ever. Really? It could be. Yes. The odds are good. Billy, how you doing?
I'm doing good, David. How about yourself?
Feeling great, energized today.
Yeah, I'm really super excited. The rain has abated a little bit, and it's so nice, beautiful day outside. And we've got, finally, after too many years of people asking me to ask this gentleman to be here, we have Dave Knocklinoff here as our special guest. Looking forward to hearing his songs and just having the greatest service ever.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, man, I'm still on a high from our cabaret. Our cabaret went successfully. It was a great, wonderful team effort, and I am in the process now of editing the videos, and we're going to put the performances out on the internet so that everybody can see. They'll be on our YouTube channel. So there's like 3 or 4 out there now, and the rest will be out there when I get to it later on this afternoon. But so we had a great time with Cabaret, and we had a great guest speaker. You know her, you love her. Patricia Van Workum, Reverend Patricia Van Workum is here, and let's welcome her. Yes. She's awesome. She's one of my earliest mentors, and someone that lives, occupies a permanent space right about here in my heart. So, on with the service. You may be wondering, God, what did I get into here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Yolo? So let me tell you what before I do that, I almost forgot, and I know, yes, Peggy is telling me, don't forget. Our Dare to Care Pledge campaign. We've got 2 weeks left of our Dare to Care Pledge campaign, and we have a goal of $50,000, and our current goal is $40,194. We're this far away from our goal of $50,000. We've got 2 weeks left to make that goal. So if you're out there and you are aiming to get your pledge in, go on and get your pledge in. We have pledge cards here. We can fill out a pledge online on our website at CSLYolo.org, and we are so close. We're so close to our goal. So thank you for those of you that have pledged and taking part in this cycle of abundance. The only way you can get into the cycle of abundance is to get in that cycle and to give and receive and give and receive. So that is what we're all about. So, as I was saying, you may be wondering what you got into here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Yolo. And I just want to let you know that a couple of things that about us here. So what is Science of Mind? Science of Mind teaches spiritual principles and how to bring about our good through thought, belief, and the interconnectedness of all life. It is a realization that God is not out there somewhere, but inside, within, embracing, loving, informing us at all times. It is also the realization that there's a power for good in the universe, greater than we are, and we can use it. And so that is what we seek to do in this philosophy. And one of the ways we use that is through what we choose to believe. And we have 4 core beliefs here at CSL Yolo, and I want to share those with you now. Number one, we believe that love is all there is. Everything is a call for love, an expression of love, a result of love, a call for love. Love is intertwined in every decision you make every single day. So we pay a lot of attention to what we think and what we believe here at the Center for Spiritual Living Yolo. Number two, we believe that all thought is creative and influential. Thoughts are things, as evidenced by everything that you see around you has been preceded by thought. Everything was alive first in that realm of mind before it was pulled into existence. That includes your beautiful, wonderful selves. So we pay a lot of attention to what we think and what we believe in this philosophy as well. Number three, we believe that you are whole, perfect, and complete exactly as you are right now. Exactly as you are right now. Because the you that is you, the you that is beyond all of your conditions, your hair color, or whether or not you have hair, your whatever it is about you, that is not all there is to you. There is a you that is beyond that enters into every engagement, every project, every interaction, every movement as whole, perfect, and complete. So we believe that about ourselves, and we believe that about each other, and we believe that about you. Number four, we believe in a world that works for everyone, and we're working from that world together. It's not a world that we hope one day will work for everyone. It's a world that operates on love and law and cause and effect, the same as it always has. And we are using and utilizing these laws to bring about good in our lives. And so, the more that we do that, the more this world will look and feel like a world that works for everyone as we bring in more good to everyone. So, without further ado, we now come to my favorite time of the day. It's our Namaste time. It's a time where we get a chance to look each other in the eye and know and experience the divinity that is within that person and acknowledge that with Namaste. So, let's have our Namaste time. Oh, and if you are so bold, come by and say hi to our streaming audience, because they're out there listening and it's live. And Heather's out there too. What a wonderful feeling. Our extended home play is to take that feeling of Namaste out of this sanctuary and into your everyday world, and to know this truth about everyone you meet, everyone that you run into, everyone that upsets you. There's still a reflection of God. Each and every one. So that's your home plate. Take that out into the streets. So now, yeah, I know, take it to the streets. I can't get out of my mind now. So now, please welcome our practitioner of the day, Heather Flores. She's going to give us our vision and mission and share with us today's affirmation. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning, Reverend David, and everybody else. Thank you. So, we're going to present the vision, mission, and affirmation. And how we'll do that is I will speak them first, and then I'll invite you to join me. Our vision for CSL Yolo is to create an environment for all to realize the power of spiritual connection. Together? Our vision is to create an environment for all to realize the power of spiritual connection. And our mission, which supports that, is to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and live their inherent greatness. Together, our vision is to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and live their inherent greatness. And we have an affirmation that is, I swim in the flow of consciousness. Together, I swim in the flow of consciousness. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Switch the microphone.
So I have a couple of announcements for us. We have our CSL Yolo annual community meeting coming up. What we'll be talking about at that meeting is the highlights of our 2024 accomplishments, the Treasurer's year-end financial report, nominations for our 2024 board and voting, and an overview of ministries, programs, initiatives, and teams. So that's going to be a great, exciting meeting. Date TBD, but look for that coming at the end of February, or excuse me, I tried. End of January. So that'll be after service in the fellowship hall downstairs, and we'll also have the opportunity for anyone to attend virtually as well. Coming up as well, we have June Robinson's gratitude group, which I have attended, and it's a really great time, full of just great conversations. The gratitude group is exactly that, speaking about what we're grateful for, as well as following that is a book review. This is every second Tuesday of the month, and the next meeting is January 9th. It's in Davis at the community room at 1221 Kennedy Place. It starts at 4, and then the book review is from 4:30 to 5. Drop in anytime. You don't have to commit yourself to coming every time. Drop on in. You can also text for more information to June at 530-574-4202. And then we also have the illustrious Dixie here in the house, and she runs our Metaphysical Book Club here in Winters, which is something else that I've attended, and I just absolutely love it. And she runs that with Tom back there and Heidi. And the club is currently discussing The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And all are welcome. Again, you don't have to commit. Come drop in anytime. You can email dixiesbookclub@gmail.com for more information. You can also call 530-212-5026. And this is every Friday at 5 o'clock. And also alternating Tuesdays, potentially. See Dixie for more information. And that's here in Winters at 212 Grant Avenue. Okay. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. And now, as we enter into the more contemplative portion of today's service, please join me in singing Holy Light of Love.
Love.
If we seek to combat evil, we should be careful that we do not make the evil real. There is a place in the mind which intuitively knows that good overcomes evil, and that there is a place which knows that there is no evil to overcome. Our argument, then, is between the experience of evil and a solid conviction that good is the only reality. That's Ernest Holmes in Can We Talk? A practitioner of this science should not be confused over any given form, but should know that any form which is not the original harmony is subject to change. That's Ernest Holmes from The Science of Mind. And this last one from Buckminster Fuller. There is nothing in a caterpillar that tells you it's going to be a butterfly.
So taking a deep breath and letting go of everything but the here and now. I feel the peace, ease, and flow of life. The presence of spirit within, around, and through all that is. And I know that all is well. There is only this one, the source and substance of everything that is, was, and ever will be. This service is the best service ever, and is already complete in the one mind. I bless and give thanks for all who came early to set up, for Reverend Patricia, who shares today's message, for the fellowship team, who have provided the food for all of us, for Billy and Dave Nachmanoff, who produce the glorious music that flows throughout our service, for Patrick, who ensures that our tech services are provided, for the usher greeter, here to welcome all as they arrive, for all who attend our service, in person and online. We are abundantly blessed in so many ways. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I release this word knowing that it is so, and so it is.
And now it's time to welcome Dave Nachmanoff up to the platform here. Yes. And before you can go ahead and say something about yourself, if you'd like. All I know is that I'm so happy to have met this guy today, and I'm sure this will be not the last time that we get together, right?
I hope not. Yeah, absolutely. Well, wonderful to be back. I don't know how many of you I've met before. I know at least a few of you. This congregation was the first church that I ever played in, and I'm so glad that they invited me. But many, many years ago, when Sally Richmond was the minister here, if any of you remember Sally, when she was minister here. So it's lovely to be back. And the two songs I picked for today, because they seem like they fit with the message, are not new songs. I am writing new songs, but these are some songs you might have heard before, because they go back a few years. This one is called Glorious. We don't have the lyrics up there, but I like to write my songs simply enough that hopefully people can figure it out. Okay. So if you've heard it before, join in. If you haven't, listen closely to the chorus, and the second time it comes around, jump in. This is called Glorious. Have you seen a newborn baby? The wonder in her eyes. Every sight and sound's astounding. And every moment's a surprise. Mother smiling at her laughter. Father's babbling like a child. cast into a new world by the glory of her smile. Said we were glorious once, and we're glorious still. If we take the time to look, we can see that glory well. See that man there on the corner, rags wrapped around his feet, a shopping cart to hold his life in. He's out begging on the street, but turn the clock back 60 years. Who's that laughing little boy? He's playing with his sister. His mother's pride and joy. Said we were glorious once, and we're glorious still, and we're glorious still. If we take the time to look, if we take the time to look, we can see that glory well. And when we reach out to each other, let our smile come shining through. Just for a moment, feel the glory. No matter what else we've been through.
Oh man, that is going to stick with me at least for the rest of the day. It's I'm glorious. Mm-hmm. You're glorious. We're all still glorious, each and every one of us. So now it's so thank you, Dave, for that reminder.
Yeah.
And now I want to introduce a very good friend of mine. Before I was involved with religious science, before I even heard of religious science, I walked into a theater in Sacramento that was the Sacramento Center for Spiritual Growth back in the day. And I walked in, show me something. Very skeptical. Well, they showed me something, didn't they? Yeah. One of those first faces that showed me something, and one of the first faces that greeted me was this next glorious face that you're about to hear wonderful words from. And so please join with me and welcome our friend, Reverend Patricia Van Wickham. Yeah, you need that.
I need that. Good morning. Good glorious morning.
You know, I'm going to put the mic in front
slides around.
Those are, okay, yes. Okay. I'm going to put a mic in front of you because the mic is doing some funny stuff.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just cut the lapel and go with this, and we can pick you up just fine.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk among yourselves. Okay. It is a glorious day. God, you know, we're all so spread out. We don't bite. We up here at the front, we don't bite. As most of you know, the CSL has an annual theme and then monthly themes and then a weekly topic. And I love the annual theme this year. It's sticking the landing. Doesn't that, with the Winter Olympics coming up, don't you think about all those gymnasts as they run along the balance beam and jump in the air and turn around and just do amazing things, or on the uneven parallel bars, they fly through the air. And then at the end, they jump off and everybody holds their breath. And you watch them stick the landing, bending their knees and just being there. And I think that's the greatest metaphor for our life. We're always on a balance beam with uneven bars, flowing, tumbling, wanting to stick the landing. And the landing, of course, is always God, because that's the only thing that never changes. And the title for this week is about being in the flow. And I want you to hold that metaphor in mind of the gymnast tumbling across the giant mat, just wildly turning and flying through the air and finding that glorious flow that the athletes have, and then sticking the landing. Okay. I think it's a great metaphor for life. I'm going to do kind of an overview and introduce a couple of ideas and chat about them. And if I've got time, I want to open this up for questions and comments at the end. So I know I normally come up here and have 5 pages of formal talk, and that's not what this is going to be. It's going to be something entirely different. Anybody like Stephen Colbert?
Yeah.
He has this amazing section where he has the faces of Simon and Garfunkel, and it's the sounds of science. So we're going to have a little science today, too. But before we go into that, the overarching truth is that the way the world works is spirit, God, is this active principle. It's consciousness in motion, in action, in manifestation, in fulfillment. Okay? And whatever action, whatever creation that God or love, spirit creates, love sustains and maintains. And that's love's purpose. I tend to think of these days, I was raised in religious science that there was the love and the law. And now I think love is the law. It's that which always says yes and always maintains and supports. Isn't that what love does? So that's the law of our lives. But we, in that spirit moving, we become as spirit moves through us. It's always a process of becoming, of evolving. And we do that by making choices. That's our big power, is we can choose. Just as spirit chose to become form, we choose what's in our life. And we choose out of this infinite field of possibility. And because it's spirit moving through us, These are all divine possibilities that we get to choose from. And this is the flow of consciousness that we live in. Like a fish swims through water, we swim through consciousness. We don't see it. Like the fish doesn't see the water. We don't see the air that we move through. But we move through consciousness as spirit moves through us. And this is the flow of life. And there's a universal pattern. And Richard Rohr is not the originator of this idea. I just love the way he expresses it. And he says, we all move from order to disorder, also known as chaos, into reorder. And one of the best examples of this is the African termite. If you've ever seen the pictures of those enormous structures that they build, they build and build and build and build until they overbuild their foundation and it crumbles. Okay? Order, disorder. And then they have to start back over and rebuild. Ever had that experience in your life? It is a universal pattern. And it's kind of like the infinity symbol. You know, we have order, and then it goes into disorder. And then we recreate a new order, which falls into disorder, and we recreate order. And we have to do this, otherwise we would stay stuck. Stuck in old beliefs, in the limits that we impose upon ourselves, in the limits that were imposed upon us in our families, in our schools and growing up, and we thought those were the rules, and we thought that was all there was to the world. If that's going to change, then it has to all fall apart. Because as long as it works, why would I change? Okay? So I know there's a part of me, so I'm assuming there's a part of you, that says, I want things to be totally different. I want more comfort in my life. I want more love in my life. I want more abundance in my life. I want more health in my life. But don't make me do anything different. I don't want anything to change. It doesn't work that way, folks. So again, this infinite loop of order. I like chaos better than disorder because that's what it feels like when it happens to me. Order, chaos, reorder. That's a pattern of the divine flow, of that flow of consciousness, becoming more in, through, and as us. And sticking the landing in that context is when we are in that moment of chaos, that time of disorder. And they can be large or small. Small like you're driving and you suddenly realize you have no idea where you are. And where was that turn you were supposed to take to get there on time? Or if it's the major stuff going on, divorce, loss of a job, sudden health challenge. Those are all moments of disorder. It's all when the rules break down. You know, you thought you'd done everything to live a good life. You followed all the rules, and by George, they didn't work. Well, it's time for new rules. It's time for a new way. And so coming out of that chaos, I think sticking the landing becomes that flexibility in my knees that says, I know that wherever I land, it's going to be God. It's going to be good. It's going to be love expressed more in a bigger way. And so I can trust that I can stick the landing and stay in that knowing of Spirit moving through me. So as we outgrow our limitations and life events, things happen, things that you don't control. I can control my response to things, but I don't control how you're going to behave in my life. I don't control the world. I do control me. But since the events change things, I change and evolve. I become more and more. And it's always towards greater complexity. We started with a quote from Buckminster Fuller. And if you ever had an email from me, this is in the bottom of my signature because I loved it. Buckminster Bucky Fuller also says, "You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change, build a new model." And that's what we do. In that moment of, or that period of chaos and transition, we build a new model and recreate order through our choices. And we come here to learn about how to make new choices. Things we'd never thought of 10, 20, 30 years ago. They weren't part of. I make choices now from points of view that I didn't even know existed 30 years ago. Anybody know that feeling? We're all above the age of 40. Yeah, okay. So this is where we get into the sounds of science. Okay, we all understand that things change. Life flows. We do this order, disorder, reorder dance over and over again. But how can things change? I mean, they're solid, right? No, they're not. Did you know that in every atom, there's 0.0001% stuff, and 99.99% is empty. There is nothing there. But that's a tricky. What is nothing? What is no thing? Okay. What is before time and space? What is that which is ever present, omniscient, omnipotent? Nothingness is simply not form. It's not a thing. It's the unformed, pure consciousness from which and within which we all are moving and having our being. It's all the form and energy comes out of the nothing. Now, this is what the scientists are telling us. But the physicians since the beginning have been saying the same thing. Everything comes from nothing. From what you do not see. From the water that the fish is swimming in. From the consciousness that we live and flow through. That's 99.99% of every single atom in this platform, in the chairs you're sitting in, and in your bodies. That's how things can change. Because there's not that much there really to change. Now, the next time you want to change something in your life, do you want to focus on the 0.0001% of it that you can see? Or on the 99.999% that's pure consciousness that you can't see, out of which comes all life? That's quantum mechanics. And that's what the physicists say is truly real. And it becomes sensible when you realize that the field of light, the energy, that slows down to become matter, all started from before time and space, in that nothingness. And we, through our choices, through our individuality, are able to collapse that, an idea, and make it real, to bring that flow of energy into a manifestation, into what we want to live in our life, when we build from the disorder of the old order breaking down. So when your limited beliefs are stretched to their max, when the old order of how things are supposed to work finally fails and crumbles, and I don't know about you, but that finally fails and crumbles is an important part, because I have a tendency to hold on and not want to let things move and change, even when I know they're done. Okay? This is just being human, guys. We're all there. We're all together. But as it must for all of us, that change in breaking down and reforming is part of our growth and evolution. So we can always stick our landing, so to speak, by remembering what doesn't change. The flow doesn't change. That which is in the nothingness doesn't change. And it's easy to stick your landing when you've got that kind of room and softness underneath you. It's not rigid. This is a resiliency that we have within us and within the world that works with us. Did it. We've got time left over. Yay! I sometimes get a little involved. It's like, give a minister a microphone and, You don't have that problem, do you, David? No. So, what do you think about that, guys? What do you think about those ideas about fluidity and flow and how things break down to reorder? This is your time. Questions, comments, conversation? Yes, Stephanie. Always can trust you.
I'm confused.
Yes! Good.
I've been trying to understand how you can stick to something that's flowing, but I guess that's just the way it is. So I'm confused on how you land when you're sticking to something that's moving.
That is the trick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. How do we stay on this planet that is rotating at, 40 or 60,000 miles an hour? It's something absurdly fast. Okay. And it goes around the sun. Okay. It's always moving. And yet we feel totally solid. And I think part of that is a mindset to know that everything is changing except God. And God never changes. But you don't always see it. It's in that no-thingness. So I think it happens in moments and moments, much like the gymnast comes off of the balance beam. And after all that flow and change and rearranging, there's a moment of stillness. And it's how to make those moments of stillness kind of expand.
I had a comment.
Please.
That your talk today provides me with a way to view the current chaos in our country and in the world.
Yes.
With excitement, and it allows me to embrace that rather than resisting it and being afraid.
Yes.
So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I think it really is incredibly applicable to where we are politically right now and socially, is that we have, in some sense, two sets of rules, neither of which are working well, both of which need to break down in order to grow into a greater level of complexity. And that's what life does. If we just let it, cooperate, come from that place of love. I love your music, Billy. The songs are just perfect about be the light of love. Because that's how we flow. That's how we keep our faith. This is going to be an exciting next 10 years. I mean, it isn't just the next presidential, 4 years. This is going to be an exciting 10 years of laying a foundation, watching some things crumble and foundation being built. And it's always both and. Some things are going into the chaos, and at the same time, other things may be coming out into a new order. And we get to be in the middle of that going, keep my knees flexible, I want to land right, I don't want to fall down and scrape my nose. Yes?
So I'm actually multiple people here are taking a class on treatment.
Yeah.
And I just came across this article too, which I shared with Brother David and Jason about Google's AI chip, Yolo, and about the space in between that you're talking about, except they have a word for it which I can't pronounce because there aren't enough vowels in it for me. It's like Q-U-B something. But to me, all of that meant, it was just like, wow, now the science is behind a treatment, and now I can understand how a treatment would work because there are possibilities within that.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Billy.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about, thank you for talking about songs, but I was thinking about where the songs come from, and before the song there's nothing, right? There's just a space, and I enter into that space, and the song arrives. It starts flowing through me, and I've come to realize that I think probably one of the most important things that we can do on this planet, in this being, is to create.
Yeah.
Is to find some way, whatever that way is. It doesn't have to be singing or a song or a painting or writing. It could be anything. It could be the way you live your life.
Yeah.
But create it.
Yes.
Make it out of it. And where does it come before? And then it's there. And you make it.
And
It's so true.
And it's glorious.
And it is glorious. Yes. Yes. One of my teachers, he was Barker trained, for those of you who know who Raymond Charles Barker is. He was out of the New York church, the little German guy. And he said, you keep treating until the treatment does you. And that's what you're talking about. We all are taught the 5 steps of treatment. And we go by it rote by rote by rote. And at some point, something inside wakes up. Actually, it doesn't wake up. I wake up to it. And it moves through me. And words and images come that allow for me to comprehend the possibility of change, and for it to exist right here and right now. It's all one and the same. We just come at it from a different perspective. We use different words. But I agree, we create our lives. I used to think I wasn't creative at all because I had no facility with the arts. My mother taught me to sing, and she was asked to lead the glee club in her high school that only had like 30 kids. Okay. She sang bass. Okay. A friend of mine said I had taught my daughter to sing off-key perfectly because my daughter has perfect pitch. And she sings off-key because I taught her to sing. I mean, I just had no creativity there. But I do know how to build a life in a community, which I didn't know that 30 years ago. You know? So that's where my creativity comes in. Finding lights like David and nurturing that relationship. And God, isn't he beautiful? Isn't he a beautiful man? And glorious in this world. Yeah, glorious. Okay. Any last comments, questions, concerns, confusions? I love it when you start with, I'm confused. I have a student that always starts with, I'm not so sure I believe that. And it's like, oh good. That's where we get to start and dig into what is it that we think is going on here. Okay? So take from this morning that you are always in the flow of consciousness, and you can always stick the landing as things go through the natural process of old order breaking down in order to create a new, more complex, more evolved, more loving order. And thank you very much.
Reverend Patricia.
Yeah.
You get a prayer.
Can we get a prayer?
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose.
I suppose. Oh, lovely. General healing? In this moment, there is only this moment. The eternal now that is so full of that which I cannot see, but I can feel. The intelligence, the order, the harmony, the beauty that is the manifest world. We are the stuff that stars are made out of. And we are glorious from the beginning. Because that which created us and lives in, through, and as us, as me, as you, is the seat of glory. And it is that energy that flows through every cell of my body, reminding it of its original wholeness, the original pattern of perfection that has never left. And that wholeness, that recognition of the beauty and order around me is in every thought. And any belief or thought that doesn't reflect this just disappears like the fog in the morning. It is burnt away by the glorious light of the one mind and the one life that continually lives through me. And so I open my arms and I open my mind and I accept all the good that has been given. And I welcome all that good into my life so that I can in turn let it flow into the world to return to me, pressed down and multiplied. This is the knowing that I put into the law, which supports, sustains, and maintains. For all this and more, I give great thanks. And help me anchor this by saying, and so it is.
Thank you so much. Patricia, that's amazing. And now, once again, welcome back, Dave Nachmanoff. He's going to get my place here.
All right, well, I'm no Billy Larkin on piano, but this next song just works better on piano than guitar, so that was a beautiful talk.
Thank you.
It's funny, I had a lot of thoughts. I didn't want to get into the comments because I want to leave time for others, but I've been reading Finnegan's Wake by James Joyce, and there's a whole theme in there of birth and rebirth that sounded very familiar, and also some of Aristotle and thinking about potential,
Yes.
actuality and potentiality, so got a lot to think about. But I'll bring it down to earth a little bit with a gospel song, or as close to it as a Jewish guy from the suburbs of D.C. could manage. Again, some of you may have heard this before. If you have, you can join in. If you've never heard it and you don't like to sing, you can still help us by clapping along the second and fourth beats as follows. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the back beat. I'm told, I'm Jewish, so I don't have a horse in this race, but the Lutherans clap on 1 and 3, Baptists clap on 2 and 4. So for this song, we're going to be kind of more in a Baptist camp. If you don't have a sense of rhythm, you can still help us out, because every now and again, if you get inspired, you can shout, "Hallelujah!" or whatever the Spirit gives you to shout, and that'll work too. This is called Waiting for the Light to Change. And actually, it's a song about change too, so that kind of works. Foot pedal getting away from me there. So it kind of starts slow, we kind of work into it. Well, I've been sitting at this stoplight, but I must be moving on. I've gotta get to where I'm going, but it's taking me so long, and I can feel the pressure rising. You know, I want to hold my horn, and I haven't even done it. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, and now I'm waiting for the light to change. Yeah, I'm waiting for the light to change. And now I'm waiting for the light to change. In my heart, that's it. Well, it's been raining for several weeks now. It feels like Noah. I got the flood, and it's gonna take a while before we dig out from this mud. You know, the sky's been dark and cloudy, and so we haven't seen the sun. Now we're getting cabin fever while we're waiting for it to come. And now I'm waiting for the light to change. Yeah, I'm waiting for the light to change. Now I'm waiting for the light to change. In my heart, in my heart. Guys, we want you to keep change, right? Oh, well, it feels like the world's surrounded with both ignorance and greed. There's people getting what they pay for instead of getting what they need. And there's a hunger in their bellies, and there's a hunger in their souls. You know, they won't be satisfied until they feel like they're in control. Now they're waiting for the light to change. Yeah, I'm waiting for the light to change. Let me hear you say, waiting for the light to change. In my heart, one more. Now I'm waiting for the light to change. Waiting for the
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Dave. And thank you, Reverend Patricia. And we're keeping our word today. Best service ever. If you're keeping track at home, this is it. What did I want to say? I wanted to say that Dave has some wonderful items downstairs in the fellowship hall that are for sale. He's got jewelry made of his guitar strings, for crying out loud. They're awesome. And he's got music and CDs and vinyl. If any of you guys are into vinyl, there's some vinyl down there. So, just so you know. So, we are a center that observes a spiritual practice of giving and tithing. We call it conscious, committed, and structured giving. And there are many ways to give and many ways to expand your abundance consciousness. We give of our time through volunteering. We give of our talents through participation. And we give of our treasure through financial donations. Your gifts help us in our mission to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and live their inherent greatness. Our tithing partner for this month that we just gathered up a bunch of food from our cabaret is the Yolo Food Bank. And yes, I got it right. It's the Yolo Food Bank. And we're supporting them all month. So please know that as you are donating to us, we're giving a small portion of that to Yolo Food Bank to help them in their mission to feed the needy families of Yolo County. So, there are many ways to give. You can text to give at the phone number that's on your screen. You can also visit our website at cslyolo.org and click on the Donate Now button. And you can also send us a good old-fashioned check or money order. That address is also on your screen to CSL Yolo. And one last thing you can do is place some money in the plate that is coming around to you right now. So now that we know how to give and we know why to give, let us enter into that sacred consciousness of divine abundance. And I ask you to place your hand over your heart, symbolizing that energy of divine circulation. And say with me our abundance affirmation. I give with an attitude of abundance, knowing that as I give, I do receive. Today I celebrate my prosperity and my ability to share from my overflow of good. I give from the knowledge that all is well.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need, so I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need, so I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
We bless and release these gifts to do their work of proclaiming the good news that all is well. As we have freely given according to the law of circulation, it returns to us, full measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So we will always have more to enjoy and to spare, to give and to share. For this we give thanks. We let it be so, and so it is. All right. So we have a message to our children that are out there, the children that are headed our way, the children that are embedded deeply within our hearts. We want to say, we love you.
We love you.
We're here for you.
We're here for you.
And we're so glad you're here.
And we're so glad you're here.
All right. We believe in the power of connection at this center. And what does that mean? That means that we believe that we are connected to Spirit, unbreakably connected to Spirit. And we're unbreakably connected to each other. And that connection has power. And one of the ways that we exercise that power is through prayer. And if you are finding yourself in need of prayer today, please let us know. We are here to pray for you. We are here to see God and its infinitude working its way out and working its good out in your life. So if you're in need of prayer today, then please come to a prayer practitioner. We are raising our hands now, or you can leave a message in that prayer box that is in the back. Our prayer practitioners only will read that and pray on it all week. And it's the little box back there that contains the entire vocabulary of God. And that is yes, yes, yes. So let's see. Yeah, that's 2 ways you can get prayer. The third way you can get prayer is to go out to our website and go to the practitioners section of the website. You can also leave us a confidential prayer request there. So if you are in need of prayer, you have no excuse but to reach out and let us pray for you. It's what we're trained to do. It's what we love to do. So with that, one last announcement. We have fellowship time after the service. Please join us downstairs. We will have coffee and tea and assorted goodies. And Dave's table is also down there. You can get to know him a little bit better and see his wares that he has for sale and find out where he's playing next. So please join us downstairs for the fellowship time after the closing song and benediction, which happens now. So let's circle up our closing song. Circle up, people. Yeah.
Probably got it.
All right.
always loving you. And so it is.
And so it is.